enhanced molecular structuring of our silicon crystalline DNA, advanced rapid DNA conversions with the integration of new solar light codes. We've entered advanced rapid crystalline DNA upgrades for enhancing our silicon crystalline light bodies through the activation of all new codes and sequences, which move us into a whole new phase of breakdown and restructuring on a molecular/cellular level of all physical matter, the body, and the external physical reality too. These advanced geometrics are a part of a continual conversion process that increases substantially as we continue Earth's ascension and reconfiguration from an unconscious planet Namaste ship to a fully conscious one. Again, the evolution of our species moves us all back to our galactic and soul origins now. Heaven and other galaxies converge on our physical plane, as hell plays out for all still holding these programs within. Transitions to the other side beyond expedite both for the physical and non-physical too. Some bring their body to New Earth, an evolutionary process where the light body activates, while other souls complete their missions and exit the physical body form to assist humans remaining on Earth with returning to full unity love from within. Our new plasma silicon crystalline cellular structures are so far advanced beyond anything we as humans could comprehend. Until it actually occurs to each person, it's not even a reality here. Well, it is occurring for each, and it has been, and it's amped up in frequency, higher reconfiguration than we've ever had access to Vasca's experience before. This shall continue to be the case. Increased amplification of everything, distortions and pure. Each's DNA is evolving rapidly, and our bodies are changing. It's important not to apply old beliefs to this, or you'll be trying to fix something that is not broken and is working for you to purify, cleanse, evolve, and vibrate onto a higher plane of existence, dimension, that your old body can't accomplish. It's got to restructure too, and release the density of old programming held. This is an immense process that will not fit into the old boxes. It's important for each to understand the correlation of the physical body and the physical reality as each's soul emerges, integrates from within. Every day since, new enhanced DNA genetic restructuring codes have been activated for all. Increased detoxing processes, immune system upgrades, and reconfiguring how the body functions and processes in these higher frequency bandwidths too. Our old carbon-based molecular structures were fixed. They held fixed realities in place. These linear years of Earth, people, everything moving into full consciousness has changed this. Therefore, changing the molecular structure of DNA, the cellular body, molecular structure of all physical matter too. The increasing influxes of solar/galactic/cosmic codes continually change everything, on an atomic level from carbon-based fixed to silicon crystalline self-adaptive, constantly breaking down and reshaping DNA, which changes the molecular structure of all physical matter constantly now. The determinant, continual new light codes, and the intentional application to all integrations process that increases substantially all day, every day now. For the unconscious, they will experience these with unconscious old beliefs until they have access to this information and are ready to fully embrace it too. As this advanced higher dimensional frequency, light-encoded intelligence streams, floods in, through everything, it goes straight for the structure of physical matter now. This light recodes everything according to each's chosen and important soul purposes and galactic missions, which play out in each's human roles here. It supercharges, ignites the cellular body, organism to activate dormant codes held deep within. In every part of your body, your car, your home, the trees, your children, parents, pets, Earth Gaia, and the atmosphere too. This recoding has processes that it follows to restructure and realign every physical reality now. The more carbon-based the physical body, or its form is, the more intense the process is. The process follows a chain of events that speed up and slows down constantly. Yet the denser the physical matter form is, the more the breakdown process is physical too. Each cell, each molecule, each atom is broken down to release the old codes programming held. This is part of a deconstruction phase, where realities are deconstructed and reconstructed according to all new encodements that transform, reconfigure each's DNA. This includes the previously believed inanimate matter all around you, as it comes to life too. Each cosmic galactic solar frequency transmits a bazillion different codes. Each code speaks a language that we call light language here. This light language can take many forms as well. Not just what the human aspect thinks. Everything transmitted as love, the purest form of pure source. Light speaks this language here. This activates the cellular body of everything to recode faster, if you will. This activation is of your own soul, you as a galactic, a star being, a sacred holy being, and a higher dimensional being taking new physical form here. This advanced conversion process is intricate and far beyond what the human mind can understand. It takes place on a cellular, molecular level, and as each gains access, each reconnects with their own cellular body to participate in this process intentionally, the more it will make sense, because this is a full body, full reality, multi-dimensional experience here. Ultra-high cosmic frequency rays and diamond light frequencies activate. They trigger energy cells that transmit high-frequency energy too. This bioelectromagnetic energy overloads, shorts out the old nervous system to break down the old cellular structures, to restructure and rewire them with less density and more light, for the new body to operate as a finely tuned, living, breathing, intelligent communicative organism that processes, repurposes, and transmits intelligent light from every cell. The membranes, organs, and structures of the old human body undergo an immense re-everything process. The structure of every cell is now constantly broken down, recoded, and restructured according new highest dimensional options, if you will. This breakdown process will correlate on different levels, depending on how carbon-based or crystalline one currently is. The more carbon-based human will experience this more on a physical level, with strong emotions or very strong physical realities, trying to change. Shift to a higher vibration by releasing the density of the previous program that was playing out. This can be overwhelming at first, for the amount of power of the energy suppressed, held, is immense. The more this discordant, out of tune with the soul, source this old program is, the stronger it can be. 2. As humans, this is not understood, because of the previous beliefs of how physical realities are created, exist. They do not yet fully understand that physical matter is not fixed and that consciousness dictates physical matter and how it takes form here. They also do not understand the constructs of realities, what holds physical matter in place and how realities are affected, as the old unconscious timelines of the lower frequency bandwidth, dimensions now dissolve, fall away. Quantum photonic light is the same thing as pure source light, the light of your soul, and it activates in increasing amounts now. This photonic light creates distortions and ripples in the field, is heavy at first, allowing realities to expand, contract, bend, and completely be reshaped at will. As each expand as the quantum field, as the unified field of consciousness, the unrealness of physical realities takes new form too. This high-frequency light obliterates old programming, dematerializes and rematerializes particle matter to take new form according to many things here. It's also how we travel easily across dimensions, galaxies, universes as consciousness, while maintaining this physical form, reality here, at first during sleep or altered states, then in the waking state too. Each's capability to master, shifting dimensionally easily, is dependent on how pure one is and how much unity, separation, is held from within. Advanced natural abilities return through the maintaining of an expanded consciousness state. This expanded state activates holographic access by each maintaining their highest consciousness existence here. Plasma gas fills the multi-dimensional body, emits from every cell highly charged ions that supercharge, hyperexcite, zoom, shake, and emit as the density inside dissolves and each stargate activates for multi-dimensional travel here. This is a literal, actual occurrence that occurs inside and outside of the body too. Where density used to hold space, now space holds that space. while the form adapts and changes to gravitational changes that occur inside-outside too. Just as Earth does, each has their own Stargate system, with a universal field around the body that comes online as individual embodiment occurs. This enhanced crystalline Stargate system and the physical body link up, with geometrics and codes held in each too. This is called a body field realignment, recalibration process, a tuning process where the earthly body is tuned really high fast, and each's field of superconsciousness recalibrates, recodes, resynchronizes to clear, retune constantly to bring the body into a higher dimensional timeline than what was possible before the energetic release of unconscious dense cellular programs previously held. For each connected within fully, these link up simultaneously to Earthship Gaia's and all galaxies too. It is mega important that each learn to intentionally clear and align their field of consciousness completely on an everyday basis, so that this essential and powerful Stargate system can link up. The more one functions as pure source light, the faster, always easier this process is. The physical is in a constant tuning process, constant integration process, constant recalibration process, constant recoding process that is uninterrupted by external stimuli, and the physical body operates closest to soul codes on an energetic level here. The plasma crystalline light body structure requires like frequencies to support. Compromising is no longer an option, or the body will go offline, which it does naturally when crystalline structure tuning begins. The entire intelligent body operates cohesively with everything simultaneously here. This plasma gas, as you used to see in outer space, now merges, mixes with your external atmosphere, while your cells produce this inside of your body too. High-frequency photonic light activates within you. Gravity will shift. Things feel heavier or lighter, dependent on which phase you are currently in. There are many processes and phases, and these oscillate too, in and out of frequencies and activations, to complete a process of continual DNA recoding, less carbon molecules and more silicon crystalline ones. Advanced crystalline neural network system. A deeply intricate evolutionary process occurs as each embodies higher, light-Christed consciousness here. One's whole body goes through a complete overhaul, revamping process for new Earth to materialize in the physical, for each ready to embrace this part of their evolutionary process here. Neurons fire off, to open up and awaken dormant physical body and parts, opening new universal pathways and corridors of the universe not previously accessible from within. At first, all of the pent-up, suppressed eons of unconscious programs held in cellular memory are unanchored to start to clear. Deeply embedded in the old Earth matrix system, these programs were deeply embedded within the physical form as a simultaneous agreement for a predetermined, pre-chosen human experience by each here. As each is ready to exit the old matrix system and converge on a higher dimensional plane, New Earth, then the process of evolving begins as all is expedited beyond the control of the human aspect that doesn't like their reality's here world messed with. Multidimensional existence trumps human ones now. We will continue to see DOMs experience a substantial increase in highly charged, superconductive electrical activity, inside and outside too. In addition to this being the merging of higher dimensional atmospheres, it also stimulates our bioelectrical transmitters, our New Earth economy, our New Earth everything to come on faster now too. Increased heat and cooling down processes too. Your entire body reworks itself for you as a whole new crystalline neural network and nervous system are formed. A continual cellular breakdown process occurs so that restructuring can occur. The more harmonically in tune each is, the easier or faster this is too. This firing off is unearthing unconscious density. Feeling becomes prominent in order to release all that is dense and reconnect us all on a soul level here. Feeling all of those unconscious programs is what the human aspect avoided, yet avoidance is no longer an option in these mega-high frequencies here. A physical release of emotional and mental pain is a part of the transcendence experience here, Vibrating easily and intentionally in and out of multiple dimensions is not an ability of the carbon-based body. This pain or tuning process will release all victim mentalities and lack of power, lack of love, lack of integrity, lack of compassion, lack of unity held through separation from self as source, therefore all others too, for total unification. As all is what brings forth your consideration and caring on a whole new level that your limited human didn't have the capability of before. For many, loss is necessary to open your hearts and minds to bring you on board fully. Each time you shut down, separate off, then something will occur to assist you with opening back up. This is how this process works. Whatever it takes is necessary to bring you fully on board online. As a Christed, all crystalline light, being and love, this is what increases now. The pain will eventually go as your perceptions change and as you start to open up to actually truly see again. Plasma crystalline silicon light bodies function very differently than carbon-based bodies did. Each cell emits plasma energy, regenerates itself through the evolution of new solar cells. Your solar body consists of many different variations of geometric codes and equations that constantly shift their functioning capabilities, dependent on the cosmic frequency activating, or a multitude of them simultaneously. As your new crystalline cells hold light intelligence data and the codes for reshaping physical realities more aligned with your highest purposes here. These encoded cells were dormant, yet continually awaken, shake, move, constantly reshaping in configuration to constantly synchronize your physical reality and you. These new, enhanced regenerative crystalline cells hold the ability to self-modify and continuously adapt. They constantly break down, apart, and restructure according to new codes constantly flooding our planetary bodies now. This expedites the deconstruction and reconstruction process in phases of physical matter here too. The deconstructing is a realignment process that each physical body and reality goes through to constantly reconfigure, realign, to vibrate onto a higher dimensional plane of existence with all new timelines now. The breaking down of these systems, these realities, these programs, these structures, is as easy or as harsh as each requires. At first, it is not easy, for it unaccords everything we held on to as safe, real, and secure. Over time, separated so that all does not occur all at once for physical body ascenders, transcending full physical body death, each individual process is separated over time, yet the amount of time to prolong / avoid decreases substantially again now. Every time we are ready to shift collectively and individually to a much higher timeline, then time will speed up as old timelines collapse for all to converge on a new physical plane. This collapse and convergence speeds up to become so fast that time ceases to exist at all. This new space of no time aligns with a new existence that is all energetic here, no longer bound by time. Each move through time at a quantum rate, superquantum for those mastering this ability with ease here, where one exists fully in vibration, then time constraints and separation of events over time cease to exist. This is due to our access to infinite alternate dimensions, allowing us to bypass old unconscious matrix limits through our own intentional transmissions, actions, and activation of higher dimensional realities, timelines, through intense, easily focusing our own fully superconscious energy ourselves. For humans, a breaking point is necessary for convergence and restructuring to occur. An emotional, mental, or physical breaking point is necessary for a long while. Each time the break point occurs, then the cells in the body collapse and release the old programming that held all of those unconscious realities in place. The release of the emotion, belief system, energy held is what allows all to start to take new shape. It occurs on a cellular level first, and then the outside reconfigures itself to match the new higher frequency, encoded molecular cellular structure held. This is why it's so beyond important for each to hold the highest vibration long enough, until the external can take new form, until the outside can catch up, and materialize into a solid physical reality to actually experience and enjoy and share. This breaking point is what unconscious human aspects try to save others from, not realizing how quantum cellular realignment occurs. This is where restructuring on a soul level can finally take place, and where purity and more love are finally able to emerge too. Eventually, these breaking points are minimal and only occur right before a huge collective shift, with minimal expulsion necessary for this to occur. This is due to instant processing and enhanced data reading capabilities that read light-encoded data stream field continuously, so that the crystalline body can process large amounts of data easily through developed crystalline cells by maintaining a reality inside and outside that is pure. Collapse/deconstruct/unify/reconstruct occurs simultaneously, all in the same nanosecond, for the enhanced plasma silicon crystalline light body that functions optimally here. Support your body, and your body will support you. Support your soul for your soul to support you. Honor your process fully, for ease to become your new way. Open up to what your human didn't want to listen to before, and let your higher self, pure heart you, lead the way. Moving from linear to non-linear bodies, realities, is a huge process for us all. Sleep, rest, slow down, simplify, nurture, nature, massages, energy work, holistic natural body support. Eat what your body tells you it needs, especially if it doesn't make sense. Pat yourself on the back for all the hard work you've done. Take a break, treat yourself, surround yourself with magic and higher consciousness, love, inspiration, creative, supporting everything. With the masculine body corrections underway, with the recent solar wind transmissions, the alchemical transformation of humanity's consciousness, evolution, has come to merge with the greater scientific understanding of DNA activation. DNA activation plays an important and direct role in spiritual ascension and consciousness evolution for the entire planet. The Cosmic Father principle returns the imprint of humanity's original DNA architecture through the ascension cycle, when the solar and stellar bodies transmit intelligent plasma forces with geometric coding to the Earth. The Cosmic Mother principle returns the original record of mitochondrial DNA through the magnetic shifting happening on the planet, which helps to reinstate our blood, brain, and neurological system blueprint into higher functioning in order to bond with the DNA of our true origins. The original instruction set of our DNA is a lattice work of pure liquid crystal, an ideal transmitter and receiver of energetic resonance, intercommunication, and perceiving a variety of levels of consciousness. Planetary and human DNA is activated through the communication made with the intelligent plasma emitted from the sun through solar flares, and during major events of solar body activity. The original instruction set of humanity's 12-strand DNA is what connects our higher consciousness with our physical body in order to experience the eternal God, source levels of our personal Christ consciousness, or avatar Christ. Planet Earth's local sun is a star called Sol. Our sun is a stargate, and it is possible for certain craft to be used to go in and out of the solar system from the solar portal, making our solar system an important outpost that has generated territorial conflict between intruding races. The original fourth-dimensional stargate on the Earth is located in Giza, Egypt, and this is a main opening access into other portals, as well as access into the many layers of the astral plane. In this location, the trajectory path made between the Sun and Earth can be accessed. It is interconnected through geometric fields of mathematical instruction sets based on the base groupings of platonic solids, which are the building blocks of matter, or geometric coding, that arranges the blueprint of the universe. Thousands of years ago, the Anunnaki had taken control of this area of the planet in order to gain control over the important relationship that exists between the Earth and the Sun, as well as attempting to take control over its plasma transmissions as an energy source. Thus, the Sun's activity is important to many, as it is related to activating higher DNA on the Earth, as well as acting as the control access point of who goes in and out through the sun portal. Each sun and star in the universe is interconnected through the intricate blueprints recorded in the morphogenetic field layers and the plasma filaments that create the etheric webbing that connects all of the star consciousness together. During the ascension cycle, the planet is exposed to many sequences of broadcasts from solar flares and stellar activations, which cause the levels of the planetary field to progressively open up into each other, dissolving the dimensional frequency barriers that kept the levels separate at one time within the planetary field. The levels continue to dissolve as these energetic fields on the Earth progressively draw in more frequency patterns from the higher dimensional fields or the unified fields. As these levels dissolve, progressively more consciousness energy and awareness merge with and become held within. The biological life form shifts from one set of dimensional time continuum cycles to another. When we energetically evolve and move up in dimensional frequency bands, we are exposed to more dimensional octaves, therefore more potential timelines. However, in the range of polarities that may exist as potential consciousness experiences, there is only one timeline that is the highest expression of our spiritual identity, and that manifests the fulfillment of our highest expression or heroic probability. Within the future timelines are stations of identity, commonly called soul, monad, and Christos self. These spiritual identities comprise light body parts or whole spiritual bodies of our forgotten future selves. These are spiritual energetic bodies that hold our consciousness intelligence matrices, our mind matrices, and that make up our spiritual identity. We are designed to reclaim these spiritual energetic pieces during the ascension cycle. This is why those on the spiritual ascension path continually experience their spiritual energetic healing by meeting the cellular memories and the timelines that surface for compassionate witnessing at different stages of evolution on the Earth. As we move through the series of timelines in each dimensional octave, we reclaim our spiritual identity while recoding and changing the artificial or false reality from interfering with our continued consciousness expansion. We connect with our lost aspects to merge with these timelines, which allow us to reclaim and recollect our spiritual bodies, clear negative forms, clones, and artificial intelligence. As we clear false identities and inorganic architecture from suppressing and impairing our consciousness expansion, we are extracting the alien enslavement programming and clearing mind control implants in order to embody our true inner Christos spirit. During such times of heightened solar activity, many people on the spiritual awakening path are engaged in some form of clearing negative forms and extracting the false, inorganic, or alien structures in order to access their higher spiritual expression and help accommodate the changes happening in their lives. Recently, solar plasma emissions interacting with Earth's ionosphere rapidly changed the shape and direction of the magnetic field, as well as generating geomagnetic storms, auroras, and increased the range of the Earth's plasma fountain. It is clear evidence that we are undergoing an intense solar initiation of radiating plasmic light, as well as enduring the upcoming total eclipse event, which is rapidly progressing humanity's evolution on our chosen spiritual journey upon this Earth. Eclipses shift the foundation and the structure of cosmic order to push consciousness evolution into another pathway. The result is a shakedown of the status quo and breaking up of stagnant energies, along with the sensation of being squeezed through the eye of a needle in order to come out on the other side into completely different situations or even as a different and changed person. This total solar eclipse has special consideration in the activation of the North Node in the four royal stars, sitting in the northern position of Regulus, which is the dominant star in the Leo constellation. The number 23 is assigned to Regulus in Leo for the royal star of the Lion, and as such there are occult rituals that use the number 23 for amplifying black magic grids and their anti-life structures. However, as one is being accelerated into spiritual initiation, into higher frequencies, which instigate DNA activation, such as when the light body connects with the transmission of solar plasmas and the shifting foundation as a result of the total solar eclipse, many people may experience a range of ascension symptoms. Many of these symptoms are related to the movement and clearing of energy blockages and the detoxification from the toxic waste releases, which is known as die-off. During spiritual activation and the subsequent die-off phase, one may experience ascension symptoms like ascension flu and exhaustion. The immune system is essentially rearranging the body's grounding mechanism and resetting the metabolic and homeostatic base levels for the necessary higher functioning of the body to be capable to embody higher solar frequencies in the cells. In the integration phase of higher frequencies and solar coding, sometimes all one can do is rest in bed and not eat much of anything. It's best not to eat harder to digest foods while the body is in catabolic breakdown mode, or digestion will draw energy away from the transmutation of the flesh, and the process of spiritual resurrection will not be as complete. One may create toxicity and tissue damage if working against the natural breakdown cycle and ignoring the body's request for rest, cleansing, or fasting. Listen to your body. Giving up the past and letting go of the ego personality is the first stage of really living. Until we give up and surrender to our inner spirit, we have been trying to live from the concept of the ego personality self instead of higher spiritual or Christ self. It is often the case with human action that what we manifest through our ego efforts turns out to be the very opposite of what we actually intended. The die-off process is the most extreme experience of nature stepping in to help us move beyond the known experience of the ego, clearing out blockages and so that we may access into the vast reaches of a mystical connection with the universe. The deeper the surrender to the living death of the spiritual ascension process, the more we can actually incarnate and embody our higher spirit in the flesh. The movement of stars, planets, comets, and asteroids through space affect the solar activity and the magnetic field. The upcoming total solar eclipse is another such consciousness-altering event, which in turn impacts the geomagnetic field influencing the collective and individual electromagnetic, chemical, and biological systems on the Earth. These forces impact our consciousness and bodies in unprecedented ways, and in this cycle are manifesting many unusual symptoms and changes in our biorhythms and lifestyle. There are changes happening in the glandular and hormonal system, resulting in shifts in all basic body patterns such as sleeping, eating, elimination, and daily biorhythms. The body is adjusting to a new sense of time and space, as well as grounding mechanism. The internal body clock will feel changed or off its usual pattern. Many people are feeling out of sorts, with waves of sadness, feelings of loss, or grieving of leaving behind the past. We may be leaving behind old behaviors, friendships, or ways of being. When moving too quickly or feeling bodily stress, sensations that create vertigo, nausea, or disorientation, remember to be gentle with your heart. Allow yourself the rest you need, and only allow others within your inner sanctum that treat you with the same kindness and care. These are intense times of solar activation and spiritual initiation, and that may include radical leaps into the unknown, endings and beginnings, as we shift into higher consciousness, as we prepare for the timeline skipping that moves us into the next harmonic universe. Take good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Blessings for graceful transition.